Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. This late, at least in Europe. Yeah. So this is going to be a little bit of a return to code. Let me just share the stream and everything. Share to the... Okay, let me also go get some more tea and I'll be back. Okay, so what is this stream all about? So welcome everyone. Did I also share it on Discord? I did. Should be automatic. Yes. I'm actually not gonna tag stream ping because it's a bit too late. But yeah, let's see who's gonna join. Why did I shut down Visual Studio? Okay, let me start it again. And let's make sure that everything is built properly. Switch to debug mode. All right. So let's do a little bit of explanation. Welcome everyone to the stream. This is the, whoops. Let's not do this. Let's go to the streams. This is the 109th Shakedown stream. And this is going to be a beginning of a little bit of refactoring. And yeah, so going back to the code base. Yes. And today it's all going to be about what I call the consolidation. Well, basically consolidation of two classes that right now are completely separate. And so why is this, what is this about? What's car and what's physics car? Oh, this should be called physicus car. Okay, well, here we go. How does my game look like, right? Of course I have the engine, but this main CVP, that is actually the game itself. So as you can see here, game state, this is where I equip everything. This is which camera mode is active. Yeah, and there's a bunch of things. Here's how I handle audio. I grab all the clips by name, and that is how I kind of set them to you know, which one should be used. Yeah, I need to grab the pointers and everything, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the point is here that this is all my game code, right? Everything I write is mostly in this script. It's a pretty big file, right? 4,500 lines of code. Not bad. And yeah, here is, for example, the GUI, right? This is the HUD gear RPM kilometers per hour. And you might think that this is a huge thing and I should split it apart. But actually I like it. I like having everything in a giant loop, because it's clear to me what is happening before and what happens after. Of course, some of the things I put outside of the main loop, but it is really easy to like go through and I say, okay, this is where I do the camera. This is where I do, some input for orbit camera or something. Yeah, there it is. And it's actually really easy to find because I can just Control F everything. And one thing is that I also have these tags which I can go. So if I want to go to the top of the loop, I can just go #loop, and there it is. This is where it starts. This is the main game loop. So everything before here is setting up the game, loading the game for the first time. I don't know, grabbing a handle to the splash texture, whatever, setting the FOV, the field of view, and then the loop starts. And then first there's input, right? Stuff happens. I need to check if joysticks are present, blah, 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 blah. So first there's input, then there is, I do some replay stuff where basically replay works by hijacking the car, right? And then, audio and blah, blah, blah. Shadow raycast. I have a bunch of things. But here's the thing. So this is all C++, right? But for my car, I actually have two scripts. Well, they're not scripts. That's how we call them in C# in Unity. Here I have two classes. That's what I meant. One is called the physics car. And the other is just called car. And why is that? Why is there a separation of physics car and car? Well, because physics car is meant to communicate with the physics. By physics, I mean the physics engine. So if I open the physics car, if I go to the declaration, you can see that I have some handles to the actual rigid body. There it is. But here's the thing. Over time, it got more and more polluted with other stuff, right? It wasn't just the rigid body. It was plenty of other things. For like surfaces. Now suddenly I do everything in this physics car thing. I do surfaces, which is basically the physics response of every surface, right? Grass has this grip multiplier, this friction, and blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing. There is a bunch of things happening in physics car. For example, this is the interesting thing. The car class actually handles, let me go to the car class. The car class, where is my car? Come on, source, it's not open here. My car class actually handles all the drivetrains. So if you can imagine the engine, the drivetrain, the longitudinal friction of tires is also inside here. Everything is in here. Longitudinal grip. You can see here, and wheel velocity and stuff. But in physics car, I'm actually processing the sideways velocity, okay? So if you can see here, get side traction force, I have some old code as well and new code. But here's the thing, right? This is all messed up because I have one class in which I do sideways force, and then the other class which I do longitudinal force, because that's connected to the drivetrain, and this is not. And so over time, I have just been packing these scripts with, you can see that these are also physics engine related, because killing velocity of the body, and then setting the position and rotation and unflipping and wheel graphics. Well, wheel graphics are completely unrelated again. So everything should be everything is in the wrong place. Okay, that's the point, right? Everything here is in the wrong place. And this is how I feel about it. And over time, I had to duplicate some of the things. I had to duplicate some of the parameters between these two classes. For example, the input. Physics car has input, acceleration, input, brake, steer, right? But if I go to the car, oh shit, where's the car? Okay, there it is. Yeah, let's actually put them pinned here. But if I go to the car, I actually have throttle, brake, clutch, steer inputted here as well, right? So there's two inputs duplicated in two different scripts. And it has become extremely annoying to maintain those two. And sometimes physics car needs to communicate to the car, and the car needs to communicate to the physics car. So you have this like mutual coupling, which is terrible. And another thing is that car is just a header class, right? It's just a header thing, and physics car actually has a header and a CPP. So it's both. Yeah, this is where I do my tire physics and everything. And yeah, it is a huge, huge mess. Everything is a huge mess. And so what I actually want to do is, initially this kind of decoupling made sense, right? But it doesn't make any sense anymore because I have to do all these duplications. And what if I want to have multiple cars, let's say? I would have to have the instances of both classes. It is quite annoying. So what I actually want to do is I want to combine them into one mega car class, right? Where everything is, where I don't have to move values around and duplicate and point from one to the other. One thing that I wanted to talk about as well, which I completely forgot about now. Yeah, also, how does it even work? So physics car is actually defined here in the game state. There's a game state P car. That's how I call it, the physics car. But the car itself, okay, this is funny. Now you're gonna kill me if you're a proper C developer. The car is actually defined later, but how is it defined? Here. I'm literally including car later, right? Later in the script, in the file. And not just that, but the car class defines itself at the end. Here it is. This is the worst thing you can ever do. Never do this, kids. But you know, back in the day, when I started making this class, I didn't know that this is a bad idea. So yeah, if you have an instantiation of this thing inside a header file, that means that anything that includes this car header is going to have an instance of the car, which, you know, it's going to fail compiling. So this is very bad. This is very bad. And yeah, so I want to also remove that, right? Physics car exists as an instance in the game data, but this car just is like a global data. Yeah, so tonight, I'm gonna copy everything into one of these. Well, I'm just gonna call it car because physics car, it doesn't make any sense. So first off, I have to arrange all the fields and all the methods, right? I need to separate them and see what's going on here. That's how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, one thing that I wanted to show you right before I start. Okay, I completely forgot about this. But I actually wanted to make a little introduction with, before starting to consolidate car and physics car, I wanted to show a pretty cool mod that came out yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? And that's Kizo's Lada. So let's do a little Kizo's Lada review. No, well, let's not do a review, but I just want to show it to you. So he published it. Whoops, let's not look into my notifications. he published it in the mods section in Shakedown Really. So if you go to the Shakedown page, you can find it at the bottom here, the sticky thing with mods, and at the very bottom you will find this oh, he's using my screenshot that I made. Nice. And yeah, you can download here, and I actually just did that. If I go into my releases, there it is, and he actually made a few bets, which is nice. Let's see how this works. I think it actually, oh right, it doesn't work with my shared. So actually what I'm gonna do, I shouldn't have done this. I should have put it in the release. Let's try this. Whoops, wrong drive, wrong folder. That's what I meant. Okay, let's go to the uploads. I'm gonna copy this here, and I'm gonna take the resource cars. Let's copy the LADA, and I'm gonna just drop it into the cars. There it is, and inside it are all the files. But let's try it. Let's try the LADA. Yeah, let's see if it works. LADA Sweden, the new Sweden stage. Go and play it. Oh, I need to shut down the sound so that you don't hear it. Yeah, there it is. This is actually the first post-release stream that I just realized, because you've never actually seen this cover on the stream. This splash screen. Yeah, I was working on this 2 days ago, just before I released. Yeah, let me go get, while the music is playing, I'm gonna go get some tea. Okay, I'm back. Let's try this. By the way, I hope you like the music. Never asked that on the stream, I guess, as well. So here it is. Here's the cool LADA that Kiza made. Looks good. A lot of commercials, and this is, I actually installed the last mod, so the last update, so I'm not exactly sure what the changes are. Well, the changes are to the geometry, I think. I helped him a bit to get the yeah, geometry corrected, and he did lower the power, I think, slightly. Oh, but this is still powerful. Nice. Into the bank. Pretty fast. Nice. I like the jumpiness. Yeah, I think that maybe the headlights are too strong for daylight. But can I actually turn off? I forgot if I can actually modify car parameters. Headlights, no, maybe it's rendering. Lights intensity, there it is. Yeah, you can actually, on the fly, you can modify the lights intensity as well. So yeah, something a little bit dimmed. But yeah, I don't know if this is actually the mod's problem or is this my problem. Because yeah, if it's daytime, it automatically shouldn't have, the lights shouldn't be that strong. Maybe I should add some kind of a multiplier for, depending on how intense the color is or something, the scenery forms. But yeah, there it is, and I do drive terribly. There is a little bit of stutter, but that's because of the chase camera, and I'm streaming, so that is why I actually prefer driving in either cockpit. Oh, that was nice. Either cockpit or in the orbit camera when I'm playing on stream. Yeah, let's do a little. Okay. Well, actually, this is not going to be referential because I did change the thing. I did spend time modifying values, but that's okay. Let's just do a single run. This is kind of like promotional run, you know, for the Sweden stage now. More than anything. Oh my god, no! I knew it. Yeah, this is the trickiest jump, definitely. I don't know how to make it better, actually. Well, I could try different things, but yeah, and then this tricky section. The tight. Well, oh, that was the worst. When you drive over the ice. And yeah, of course it is way easier to actually drive with the orbit camera or the chase camera in this part. Nice. By the way, did you notice that I added the little town signs? Björkberg is left. And it is actually consistent. If you go there, you will find Björkberg. It's totally simulated. Let's go to Björkberg. Through this huge patch of ice. And yeah, if I brake here and turn left, there it is. This is Björkberg, as you can see. And this is actually the little town where you have these little houses, and there's this giant jump, and then this junction. This is the one that you can actually see in the splash. The splash camera is somewhere here, like you can see that. And this is also where you turn when you're going from and the very beginning of the stage. When you go through here and then turn right. Yeah, so, but now we're coming from the other side. But yeah, that's the same village of Björkberg. Oh, great. Yeah, just so you know. There you go, a little bit of a background. And how did I actually name these towns, by the way, in case you're wondering? I actually just zoomed into Sweden at a random point, and then I saw Björkberg, and I was like, yeah, that's it. There's actually 3 towns in the game. Nice. That was a nice flip for the ending. Okay, there's actually 3 towns that I named explicitly. One of them is on the other side. It's where you can actually turn. Yeah, here. So this one is called Hasio, and you turn right, but it doesn't exist. It's somewhere here on the right side, but this is the end of the road, so there's nothing. It exists off off the screen, right? It's just mentioned. But Osen is actually a real place, and that is actually this little conglomeration of houses next to the lake. It's actually this. Here it is. You enter Osen, and it's this giant barn that doesn't have any windows or doors. Yeah, I never actually installed them, but I should. And also a few of these lake houses, and then this one as well. So that's awesome. So yeah, there's actually 2 towns on the map. This is the hill that is never used in the actual stage. And then there's Björkberg here. And of course the Hasio, which is not visible at all. So there you go. A little bit of background. Oh, and this thing is not named actually. This is the one after the first. Oh, it even has a direction sign here. I forgot, Björkberg. But you can actually take this road to Björkberg as well. So it actually doesn't matter which one you take. Okay, well, let's go to consolidating the code. There we go. A little promotion of Shakedown. Go get it now. $6.99 for the full game, which you can use for modding. Okay, but let's go back to modifying the code. Nice. My tea is warm. Okay, so. First off, I notice that some of the parameters are not. I'm using F32, but some of them are float. So let me actually first. Here's what I'm gonna do first. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new branch, and I'm gonna call it consolidation. Okay, create and checkout. There it is. We're gonna consolidate. First off, let's find and replace all the floats and F32s. But I do have to check manually because sometimes I use float as a name. So I'm just gonna do it myself. Especially int. Int is a terrible name because int can be a part of some kind of a name, you know. But float is usually safe. There it is. I've changed all the floats. Okay, let's try int i32. Let's see from the very beginning. Replace next. Replace. Oh, there it is. Intensity. You see, it's part of the name. So I need to skip that. That is what. And there's actually far less ints. There it is. Interpolation. Get interpolated position. So yeah, let me actually add it in as my first task, because the first task is change ints and floats to i32 and f32. Okay, this is going to be int. That's it. Cool. Okay, we got everything. Is there anything else that I can change, like double? Do I have any doubles? I don't have any doubles. But one more thing that I also change is static cast. Static cast is simply too long. So what I did is I actually converted to as, and you do it like this. And the reason, one more reason why I do this is that it's more like Zig, which I like. So it's like in Zig you have as to convert from one type to the other. But this one, in this case, in Zig, it would be like int cast, because this is a U size to i32. Let me see. There's no other static casts. Do I have any reinterpret casts? No. Okay. That's about it. So I guess that's it. That's for the first thing. Okay. We have done that. Let's do, for the next thing, let's separate all fields and methods, right? And rearrange in case we need to do that. So we have some statics here. We have some floats. We have some, yes, the drivetrain is here. We have two engine and drive elements. Okay, everything looks good. This is the gearbox, tire friction. And we have the debug values as well. But this is not the debug, these are all the plots. These are the plots. Okay. Methods. There we go. Okay, so in this case, these are separate. These are separate. Oh, by the way, of course, what is the reason for this refactoring, right? Why am I even doing this? Well, I'm doing this because I want to, of course, I want to make it much easier in the future to work on the game, because I want to make some big physics changes. And one of the most important thing that I want to try to do is to separate the physics of the axles, so the front and the rear axle, because right now there's only, the way I actually add power to the car is actually at the center of the, basically, you know, there's one application point. I don't actually calculate individual wheels, individual tires. I do use individual wheels for suspension, but not for traction calculation. But the reason why I want to split the front and the rear axle is because I cannot, in my current setup, I cannot simulate, first, I cannot simulate handbrakes. You may have noticed that I have, like, when you press space, it just shows you this little message which says you cannot, the handbrake is broken, right? Well, it's broken because I can't implement it in the current system. Because what you need to do with the handbrake is you need to lock the rear wheels, and they need to slide. So they need to have a different physics than the front. And right now you can only rotate the car about its center of mass. You cannot rotate it any other way. So this is what I want to do. That's one reason, and the second, of course, reason is that I need to support front-wheel drives and rear-wheel drives for the future. So right now I can't do that. I can only do all-wheel drives. Well, more like four-wheel drives, completely locked differentials. Okay, so we have these parameters, we have the debug. You know what? Screw this. I don't like this anymore. Let's do this instead. I'm not a big fan of adding a struct, defining a instance of a struct in line, because it's unclear. It's unclear what's a declaration of a struct and what's the instance. That's just a personal issue I have. Okay. Anything else? Anything else I need to do? Okay, let's, for the beginning, let's do this thing. I'm just gonna submit, and I'm gonna say changed all floats and ends to F32s and I32s and car. That's my first thing. Okay, so in the physics car, I have a bunch of things. What is this? Oh, this is the surface data. Okay, I have the surface data. And then I have rigid bodies, which I'm hiding because I don't want to compile them, but that's completely unnecessary. I have combined acceleration and brake inputs and steer inputs. And then I have these master multipliers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I have Patseka parameters. And then what else do I have? I have some statics here, which are just const expr. Should I? Yeah, I think that's actually okay because I have a multiplier for the drag anyway. Quick debugger. Okay, debug surfaces. Okay, this surfaces thing holds all the default surfaces, which I don't need actually anymore. So I should move these out. Maybe I can even put surfaces into a separate file because they're not really needed. Okay, surface array, and then combined surface, struct wheel. Okay, and then there are the methods. Okay, so methods are already split. Let me add a little bit more space. And I have fields. Okay, fields and methods. So there are actually separate, except that I only have the declaration here. And I want to have the definitions as well. Okay, so this is the wheel. This is the rigid body. Debug wheel contact. Maybe I have... Okay, first off, let's clean up, right? I don't want to have these splat surfaces anymore because this is the old method of doing it. Hard-coded for Sweden. Yeah, it's no longer hard-coded. So surface arrays, what is this? I need to remember. Surface array. Okay, it is just the std array of pointers to surface. Interesting. Not tested surface data. Yeah, I wonder if I should put surfaces separately. Also ice. So I have gravel, but I'm not using any of the other ones. So maybe I should retire these as well. But for now, okay, for now let's keep them. Let's keep the surface data. Get by name, I see. And of course, these ones I already... Oh, okay, we have debug here, which we're going to have to combine with the other debug. Turn rate, so yeah, okay, let's split these. So we have the mass, we have the input. Okay, let's put the input at the top. And I have no idea if throttle and brake are inputs. I don't think so. I think this is the final throttle and brake. The question is if I'm even using this. Probably not. Okay. Grip multiplier steering, suspension geometry. Debugging. Yeah, let's split this debug. And also surfaces. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, here you can see that this comment says, passed in to be used for steering calculator, remove when consolidating. This is exactly what I'm doing today. I am consolidating. I am combining the physics car and the car. So yeah, you see the slip ratio here is actually a duplicate. And if you look into the main, whenever I'm changing something in the car, you can see how ridiculous it is because, yeah, here, for example, here I have a bunch of stuff that I'm registering, right? And here I'm like registering a config of a P car, and then I have a car. P car and car. Car, P car. So P car is the physics car, of course. So it's just weird that everything is so messed up. Like some things are in car, some things are in P car. Ugh, awful. So yeah, let's combine it. All right. And what about in here? Do we have something that I can get interpolated position? Velocity, impulse. Here I've already changed everything with F32. Project on plane. I guess I'm using math for this now. Yeah, let's clean this up as well. What is this? Loss due to get side traction force. I am trying to do something here. Loss due to longitudinal. Yeah, I think I was trying to implement some kind of a circle of friction. But I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that at some other time. Okay, anything else to clean up here? What is this? This is some kind of color line of tire contacts. Steer impulse, it's no longer direct. It used to be like this, like you're literally just steering input and I just add impulse. But yeah, no longer. And yeah, wheel velocity was just forward velocity by wheel radius, like that's it. That's the wheel velocity. And then yeah, you couldn't, in the beginning you couldn't even slip. You couldn't drive the wheels faster than you're moving, right? Or slower. So as you can see, I was just directly setting the velocity of the wheel to how much it should be moving. You know, the ideal. But right now, not anymore. So yeah, and then I have some other stuff that I'm trying to implement, but let's do, what is this? Old steer. Why am I even keeping the old steering? I think I should probably remove all of this because this was I think more than a year old. So let's just remove that. And I think probably there is an old steer. No, there's no old steer. Do I have any bugs? No. Updating wheel graphics. Debugging draw. Okay, this is done by the physics. And maybe I should also retire this because this is governed by the physics engine and it's awful. And it's actually, this debugger is awful. Because it's completely out of sync of what the camera sees. Okay, got another tea has been drunk. Okay, let me go close the doors because it's getting chilly. Okay. The chat has been really quiet today. Well, unless I have something. No, I don't. Okay, because sometimes the Twitch app on the phone dies. Okay, so when it comes to this, right? We have split the everything, the methods, and well, the weird thing is that I do have the velocity here. Compression forces in the debug of the wheel. Okay, so since we have all the methods, here is what we're gonna do. Okay. Well, first off, I want to submit this, right? I want to say this cleanup of old unused stuff. There it is. Okay. That's the first part. That's the first part of the cleanup. The second, okay, let's start. Okay, first off, let's make sure this is the debug. Let's start and let's see if we have broken anything. If we haven't, that's good. That's good. That's a good sign. Is it going to load the... Oh, good. It does load the main. The test track. Okay, so there we go. We have the car. It's so slow. It's moving terribly. But at least we can see that it works. That's good. Okay. So let's start with this, right? For the beginning, I'm gonna take this. So let's start braking. Let's start braking everything. I'm just gonna take it. By the way, I was wondering, how big is physics car? 1400 bytes. How big is car? What is it? 400 bytes. Ah, just 400 bytes. Well, let's move everything and ruin it completely. Yeah, these surfaces definitely don't need to be in here, but let's first copy everything. Okay, I'm gonna move all the things. Here we go. Ta-da! Car. And I'm gonna take the whole thing and I'm gonna copy it at the end of these. Okay, so I'm gonna add here a little note and I'm gonna say from physics car. Okay, from physics car. All right, so here we go. Here we go. We don't have the surface data because the surface data... Where is the surface data? Is it here? No, it's actually... Oh, well, surface data is now not existent. Okay, where's my... Ah, well, of course, there it is. I just hit it. So let me take that. And I'm gonna put it in here somewhere. Well, let's put it above the whole thing. Surface data. And I do need to have the number of wheels as well. All right. There we go. And what else? Quick debugger. These are all forward declarations. Okay, why is it complaining that string doesn't exist? That is interesting. Include string. Do I have to say include string? I do. Incredible. Okay, assert. I don't even have asserts. But isn't this included already? That is really strange. because car is included later. You know what? One more thing that I want to do at the beginning is let's move the car, the instance, outside. Include car. Okay, there it is. And I'm just gonna create the car here. So car. There you go. Okay, but car age should know about the string because it's coming from main. All right. I guess that's working. Okay, now that I've moved everything inside here, with all the surfaces. Okay, here's one thing. Let's move the surfaces outside. All right, I'm gonna move it outside after the surface data. Geez, what did I do? Diff. It's looking into a diff. Okay, after the surface data, I'm gonna put in surfaces. And I'm wondering if I should separate the wheel as well outside, but maybe it's actually nice to have the wheels in here. Okay, so methods are here. So here's the thing. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to take the physics car and I'm going to take it and drop it inside here. Is that going to work? Okay, let's say from physics car. Well, here's the thing. These are all, of course, just the declarations and not the implementations. So I have to copy the implementations, not the declarations. And those are in here. So let me actually see if, yeah, I think everything should be, everything should be here. So I'm just going to drop it. I'm just going to drop it in. Okay. From CPP. And here is the thing. When I say from CPP, I am actually including the physics and the physics car. What is actually physics? Oh, that's actually the, yeah. I do need physics for sure, but I think that I'm already including that. From CPP. Tire context, okay, and we have a quick debug as well, which I'm including. And yeah, since we have these, since this is all inheriting, well, this is all implementing the physics car, I'm simply gonna remove that. And is there init? No, there's no init. So, oh, there is. Okay, those are the declarations. You know what? Let's remove these declarations. Like this. Whoops. Declarations. Okay. And this include PCHH. I'm going to remove. And of course we have these defines. But yeah, let's do this quick cleanup at first. So remove the physics car from all the things. And flipping. Yeah, the update action, that one is actually inherited from BT action interface, but I'm wondering if I should actually skip that and go for the direct simulation time step, since I'm already doing this. Okay, let's, for the beginning, I'm just going to inherit BT action interface in my car. Let's hide everything. Okay, so this is going to be the BT action interface. So then the overrides make sense. We have some debug force points problems because there's two debugs. So we have to consolidate this as well. Physics car debug draw. Yeah, this one is inherited. This one is inherited. So let's look at the declarations. Which one is inherited? Inherited, okay, update and debug draw, and these need to be overrides. So I'm just gonna say debug draw override here. Hopefully that works. And this one. Oh my god, this is where I'm calculating all the grips. Yeah, for blending the surfaces and everything. And this needs to be override. Okay, anything else? Declarations. Yeah, and now I need to make sure that the two debugs are combined. So I have physics car and car. So I'm going to move that into debug. Turn rate plot. Okay, I think I'm actually getting that automatic, or maybe I should move that into a plot. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a struct plot. And then I'm going to add all of these. And I can say, instead of speed plots, I can just call them like this. Hopefully that doesn't add any name mangling. So what are these plots? These are basically these little lines that show up in the UI when you're adding into them. I'm going to show you that. Well, actually, I can show you right away if I open any of the instances of the game. If you go into here and you go into the car outputs, these are the plots. So basically, the buffer is getting filled, and when it overflows, it removes the beginning, right? And it always actually adjusts to the size, and you can even inspect which value it is. And it's actually pretty useful when I'm debugging physics. So these are the plots, as I call them. So that's this. Okay, so that's the beginning. We have plot, and I'm gonna instantiate a plot. Okay, and then we have the debug. Let's see the debug. Now I can remove this. Can remove that. And let's see, when it comes to methods, I'm getting the RPM, and this should actually be const. Oh, did it suggest make member const? Yeah, it did. And look at that. Look at that. For example, here, velocity, I'm referencing game pcar. Obviously wrong, because there is a rigid body now. Directly, which we can get. That's cool. Okay. So there we go. We shouldn't have any more problems with except when I need to. Okay, yeah. Here I'm actually referencing everything. Declarations. Okay. So yeah, nothing works now because probably there's a billion errors. But yeah, let's do this. Let me submit everything. And I'm gonna say initial work in progress. Copying text copy code copy from physics car to car. Okay, this is like a really terrible commit because it doesn't really work. But okay, the first thing that I want to do here is I want to exclude the CPP from the project so it doesn't get built. That's the annoying thing. I want to keep the file, but I want to remove it, exclude from project. There it is. And this one, exclude from project. Save changes. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, well, there it is. We have actually excluded both of them. Okay, so here's the thing. Now that we have everything in the car, right? Let's see what's gonna say about. It's gonna say, physics car doesn't exist. That's the first thing, probably. There it is. Okay, let's remove the physics car. Temporary until merge of car and physics car, but I think that I do need to have tire math. Okay, well, here is the thing. Do I need to reference game in some way or not? I shouldn't need to reference it. So I'm going to add it at the end here. Include car. Okay. And since I already have the copy of it somewhere, right? Somewhere later. Let's remove it. And yeah, I can just keep the definition here, whatever. Okay, let's see now. What are all the problems? First off, physics car doesn't exist. Goodbye. Goodbye, physics car. Okay, second, everything is complaining, right? We have bunch of errors. Super cool. Is there like a shortcut for go to next error or something? That would be nice. Okay, well, here we go. Now we have set to start position. You know what? Let's not put that car over there dangling. Car, right? Let's not do this. Let's put it in the game, just like everything else. Car game. Yeah, so this is all now in the game.car. There it is. Now we don't have the car. Physics stick using namespace. So here I'm just going to reference the car as car, which is game.car. And there it is. And now we have pcar. Yeah, like this. Can I actually do kill motion? Kill velocity? Kill velocity. Well, maybe I don't need kill velocity. kill velocity. Let's see. Kill motion. It just redirects to kill motion. Yeah, let's remove kill velocity. It's completely unnecessary. So yeah, car, kill motion. First problem's fixed. Okay, and then this is car RB, and then this is car get interpolated position. And this is of course car smooth steer. All right, then we have car RB. Yeah, we don't even need to have this alias here, probably. Yeah, let's actually remove it because it's not really doing anything. It's not really helping me. And here we go. P-car is game P-car. Nope. Car is game car now. And everything is in the car. The mass, the friction. Oh, by the way, the mass doesn't get changed. When you're modifying it, I think. Okay, car power, car, 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 P-car, car, P-car. Yeah, this is the most ridiculous one. Like registering the longitudinal grip, it's in the car. It used to be in the car, long grip multiplier. And the side grip multiplier used to be in the P-car. That's the ridiculousness of separating the two. Okay, and then these, of course. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, also, well, look at this. I can actually look for P-car. So let's see where it's mentioned. Reset. Car engine drive. This now becomes game. And this is game car idle. Maybe I can do this. Okay. To make it slightly shorter. Car, and then I also have game RB. Oh, car RB. Okay, the next mention, P-car. Okay, so this is the beginning of main. We have a reference to the physics car, which doesn't exist anymore. The only thing that exists, again, oh, and I even have auto for such a basic thing, is the car. And then everything else becomes car. Okay. So can I actually try to just change P-car dot to car dot? There we go. Okay, so the next one, the next problem here. Surfaces, splat surfaces, and then we have the car. Yeah, I guess mass, rigid body in it, wheels. I have this as well. And then I have, for some reason, I have game P-car here, not just P-car. So car and flip. Anything else? Yeah, of course. Car, car. Oh, and you see this, the previous one. Where was this? Oh, there it is. I'm actually setting steer input to steer input because it had to transfer from one to the other. This is no longer necessary. So there we go. Slip ratio, and this one I'm also transferring, which is ridiculous. Okay, steer input, smooth steer, wheels grounded, sideways velocity. Everything is now in the car. Update wheels for each of the wheels, radius, debug wheel contact, wheels, wheel radius. This is geometry, debug, wheel velocity, combined surfaces, side Pateka, side traction, debug. Yeah, everything is now in the car. By the way, early traction multiplier is no longer used. I need to get this fixed. Okay. These are the multipliers. Oh, no, I should place that. Yeah, everything concerning geometry and suspension is in the car now. Air drag, interpolated position, acceleration. Wait a minute, did I actually, let's see, P-car, sideways velocity. Aha, it's this one. Okay, so this probably doesn't work. Kill motion. Okay, there are more problems. What is this? Car debug, of course. This is now renamed to plot.speed. And now this is plot. And of course, none of these end on. There we go. We have a bunch of plots. Okay, so that should be it. I just realized that for these speed plots, these are fixed queues, which are on the stack, you know. Wait a minute, what is wrong here? Anti-K plotting. You know what? Let's include PCH as well. It doesn't know transmission. It's this one. Didn't I have that already somewhere? Okay. That is strange. Pateka is actually in a separate It is in the tires, which I didn't use. Tire math, there it is. Okay. What else is the problem? Plotting. I don't have plotting either. How come? Okay, let's include that. And then there's a bunch of other stuff. All right, so kill velocity, that one I removed. It's RB kill motion. Anything else here? Okay, the problem is in step simulation. It's because it's referencing the pcar, which I don't need to do anymore. Needs to be copied, used by gravity hack. Gravity hack? Oh, right. I remember what the gravity hack is. I don't need to talk about it. Nobody talks about the gravity hack. So yeah, we already have the brake input. And we don't need to reference the pcar. So speed is simply RB velocity, length. There we go. Let's see, transmission, thing is fine here. Wheels grounded, that's now inside here. And forward velocity also inside here. Wheel velocity and wheel radius, it's all here. Wheel velocity, combined surface, wheel radius as well. Acceleration input, brake multiplier, and then we have all the plotting, right? So, yeah, let's replace all of these with plot. And then we're gonna remove all of these. There we go, and we don't have we only have the physics velocity and the turn rate. And then of course this is part of plot. Oops, sorry for the collapsing of microphone, needs to happen every stream. And anything else here, kill motion, and check this. Okay, this is false positive. What is happening here? Ideal upshift speed, this can be const, thank you. Speed in gear factor, this can be const as well, nice. Velocity can be const as well, nice. Which is, am I even using it? It's a question. Setup, there it is, wheel radius. Now it's inside here. And that's not it. There's more. There's more problems. Set gear. Okay, it's get interpolated position. What does setting a gear has to do anything with? It's for the sound. It's for the sound. I see. Okay. It is a little bit ridiculous. But there it is. No more bugs. Let's see in main. There must be some bugs. Okay, it can't be that it just works. Okay, time to find out. Okay, time to find out. F5. There must be some duplicated because it didn't remove the inputs. There it is. Okay, let's see. Unexpected tokens. Surfaces, splat. Yeah, unexpected tokens means that I'm including something that I shouldn't. That's what it means. Syntax error. Yeah. Missing type specifier. It's because the surface data needs to be included before the splat.h. That's why. Where is my splat? There it is. Okay, let's actually move all the surfaces to a separate file. I'm gonna add a new item, and it's gonna be called surface.h. Okay, and I'm gonna move all the car stuff, all the stuff from the car, which is wheel count, which is this, into here. And that includes what? That includes, I also do need the imp GUI and everything. Let's go with include PCH. Include NTK types, and we must have is same without null. That's probably string. String utils or something. String utils. Let's see, is it? No, it's not. I think it's string view. String view. String view utils. There we go. Yeah, it is. Oh, hello. Somebody is on the stream. I just saw the stream title. Oh no, I wish you peace. Hello, sudo amu. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm having some peace. Yeah, there we go. Car H. Yeah, so the surfaces don't exist. So I'm gonna include right before splat, I'm gonna include surface H. All right, and now the car should be also aware of surfaces. Include surface. And we have some problems. What do the problems say? Car velocity unidentified. Yeah, because this is, we need to go to the game car. Spawn collision particle. Can this be const? Can be made static. What's the difference between static and a non-static in main? I have no idea. Okay. Well, there it is. It seems to not complain, but it must have problems because we have the input, as we have already said before. Okay, let me copy this input. All right. Okay. Let's see now. We have the fields from physics car. Let's put a bigger. There we go. From physics car, so that they know. Yeah, there must be the combination of. By the way, let's look how big car is. Look at that. 2000 bytes for a struct, for a class. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, one thing that I do want to do, because this one I know is the problem. Okay. Let's see. What did I do? Of course, everything. Yeah. Let's actually say removed separated surface data to surface.h. Okay, and let's actually try to build one more time. It's definitely gonna fail, but let's see what the failures are. Well, here we go. Do not slice. Declaration of slip limit hides class member. Interesting. See declaration of slip limit hides class member. Okay, so that probably means that I have a redefinition or something. Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, it must be this. Slip limit. Yeah, it must be that. So why is there a 3.0? Okay, I'm gonna make another tea, and I'm gonna grab a jumper because I'm kind of getting cold. And yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so the water has boiled, so I'm gonna go get it. Okay, the third T this night, the refactoring of code, requires a lot of T. All right. So, the slip limit is a problem, but I have to remember where am I actually using the slip limit. That's one thing. Yeah, let's actually still VIP moved service data to surface H. Okay, at least that I have something. So first off, I do know. Well, no. Let's actually fix things that it is suggesting. I wonder. Aha, game undeclared identifier. Aha. Well. Oh. Oh. It's trying to access the car audio. This is a problem. This is a problem. Okay, I need somehow to point. Yeah, because the gear setting. Damn it. Now I'm back. So here's a little bit of a funny thing, right? A gear setting actually plays the sound. And it needs to point into the engine to call it. And apparently I cannot do that, right? So let's see who actually calls set gear. Set gear is called from the main, but it's also called from here. Shift gear. Okay, who is calling shift gear? And I also have a tea cookie, which I got in the meantime from the kitchen. In case you hear some ASMR. Okay. So here is what I'm gonna do, right? What I did so far was directly point into the engine, to the audio, to play it. But I can't do that anymore. So instead, I'm gonna feed the car. I'm gonna add a property here. Instead, I want to say that the car wants to play a sound, right? Let's do like a bool. Well, no, let's not. Let's do an enum class. I'm gonna call this gear sound to play, something like that. And it's gonna be none, upshift, or downshift, something like that. So now I can instantiate that. And well, what I have to do actually is I have to reset this every time. So instead of doing this, what I'm gonna do is, this is upshift, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna say gear sound to play is, and it's not to play, it's not auto-completing for me, and I'm gonna say upshift. Oh my god, what is this? This is like suggested, but then there's just 3 of them, and it's suggesting some and not suggesting some. So this should be upshift, and then else same, but downshift. Or we can actually rewrite this as a ternary. Can you? You cannot. There's no suggestion. Yeah, but let's not do a ternary because it should do an. Oh yeah, this is an if-else. So gear sound to play is gear minus original gear is more than 0. Upshift else downshift. There we go. So instead of that, try whatever. What was it? Wait. Yeah, this try. I'm going to move that to the engine. But for now, I'm just going to keep it outside and remember. Okay, let's say re-implement sound for gears. Separate all fields and methods. I've actually done that. Okay, fix all errors until running bare bones, until compiling. That's going to be my next task. Okay, so I fixed that. Game. What else is there? Game undefined. Who is calling it here? Nobody. Okay. Well, okay. Redefinition of, there it is. This is what I was talking about. So it did actually catch this redefinition of fields, right? Which I should move up and then see that, oh yeah, it's actually the same thing. Oh, except that for acceleration. That one doesn't exist anymore. But brake does exist and steer does exist. Input from physics car. So yeah, redefinitions complete. What does it say? Engine. Yeah, this is what I saw. Okay, let's try to recompile. Let's see new errors. Here we go. Beautiful. Game undeclared. Oh my god. I need to see if the replay is playing. Can I actually point to the game somehow? Does it? Yeah, well, the problem is that car doesn't know about the game. The car doesn't know about the game. That's the problem. Is there anything that I'm using from the engine? Can I actually declare before including? Yeah, but the problem is I need to have a definition of it. Okay, what else is a undeclared? Why am I using FZ from the car? Okay, let's just replace this FZ with oh, and it's actually 1. Let's replace this with a constant. Where is the FZ? Okay, fix that. Undeclared. Yeah, I do need to have a replay. Minimum time passed. Clutch condition. Interesting that. Oh, okay. This is auto shifting. So I'm just like. Don't do auto shifting basically. Okay, this is how we're gonna solve this. We're gonna solve this by adding a bool is replay. To do. Re-add is replay. Okay, so for now, we're just gonna keep this not is replay. All right. So there we go. We have gotten rid of game. All right. There's plenty of stuff, by the way. But declaration of split limit, slip limit hides a, slip limit. This is not the slip limit. This is the turn rate split limit. Split. Why do I keep saying split? Yeah, this should be called turn slip limit or something. There we go. And there's one more. Slip ratio redefinition. Oh, that's the one that slip ratio. Oh, yes, because there's 2 on. Yeah, well, here it is. Passed into steering calc, remove when consolidating. Boom. Just remove it. Remove it, move it. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, it's compiling. It has compiled. And now it's gonna explode. Hey, hello, hello, everything works. My god, refactoring worked. No way. No way. It actually behaves just like before. It stutters like before. So that's good. What the hell is going on? Like, it does run pretty poorly. Much poorer than before, I think. But yeah, this is the debug anyway, so that's really not that relevant. Yeah, there are no sounds of shifting. Of course, I need to re-implement that. But everything else seems okay. Okay, let's try changing some parameters. Steering. Yeah, really hard to steer now. Okay. I think everything works except for those two things that I said I need to do. Re-add is replay and re-implement. So yeah, there's something wrong with the replay. What exactly? Oh, it's the auto shifting, right? It tries to do auto shifting. Yeah, you can see that it's like slipping and fucking up with the, especially in the UI, you can see that. Yeah, I need to block during the replay. Okay, so there we go. It works. Okay, let's save that. Let's make sure. It builds. It builds. Cool. Okay, so what I talked about, re-implementing the stuff. Your game looks amazing. I've been following the development on Twitter for a long time, says Sudo Amu. Yeah, thank you. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Slip ratio, 7%, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, fields. Yeah, now it would actually be nice to rearrange everything so that it's not like this from physics car thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking for that to do re-implement stuff. That's at the end of all the fields. Okay, there it is, methods. Let's actually split it. Let's make it more evident. Okay, there we go. Yeah, why did I say to do? Gear sound to play. Okay, so when it comes to this gear sound to play, I need to make sure that when I'm playing the audio. Okay, do I have audio here somewhere? Oh, yeah, I do. Car position. Okay, let's add it here. So basically what I need to do is I need to check for play, gear sound to play. And if gear sound to play is not, well, what is it? Car gear sound to play, none. If it's not, then I have to do that funky thing, which is, what is it? Which is try something, try. Ah, there it is. This one. Try play, car audio, car position, right? Aha, let me actually put this inside. And the most important thing is that this needs to be reset. What was the velo here? From velocity. Okay, let's see if that actually fixed the sound. Yeah. It's actually going to play every frame actually, probably. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. It's a machine gun. Yeah, and the reason why it's trying is because I have this else. No, I actually need to do this. Well, yeah, let's do this. And I'm gonna say if else. There it is. So if it is upshift, and else if, oh yeah, well, I don't need an else if because there's only like 3 of them. 3 possible states. What the hell? It's this. Oh, but this is upshift. There we go. We have the gear sounds again. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We have car sounds. Nice. So let me add this in here. Re-implemented gear shift sounds. Cool. So there it is. We didn't have to actually reference the engine. Okay, so that's one thing. And is replay. I need to make sure that the replay okay, let me just add replay is game replay playing. I think that's gonna be it. But maybe this should be called less generic something. Instead of is replay, or, well, it should be generic and not specific. So maybe is replay is not good. Maybe it should have been like bypass gear shifting or something. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looks like it is correct and everything works. Okay, so this okay, so there it is. We've implemented everything that was problematic. But yeah, now it would be nice to have stuff sorted a little better. So there's a throttle and brake, which is not in the inputs. I'm going to call this actual. And the side grip, oh yeah, side grip should be no longer used but kept for comparison with old handling. Yeah, let me actually retire this. I'm gonna retire the early traction. No, let's not do this yet. Let's not change code. I just want to rearrange things. Okay, so this plotting thing should be down somewhere. You know, not here, definitely. And the graphics should be on the bottom. So let's move debug wheel contacts and this one as well. That should be in debug, really. Also, I mean, there's 2 inits, and it didn't complain about it. But there is a little bit of a problem. There's a little bit of a problem with my body. Okay, I'm falling asleep slowly. I want to go to sleep. So I'm gonna end it here. It's good that it's good that it works. There are some things that need to clean up, stuff to clean up. But there's probably something. Gear sound to play is uninitialized. Oh my god. Gear sound to play. And I'm gonna just make a default, and hopefully I think that this will make it none. Tire contacts or tire force. Declarations, and I can probably remove these declarations now. Okay, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of rearranging, but yeah, let's remove the declarations because we don't need it anymore. From CVP, okay, I'm gonna just move that. Move this to here. So you have these defines. Throttle brake. Drivetrain. Gearbox. Friction. Graphics. And then we have debugging. But here, side grip multiplier. Yeah, I should definitely add this to the top. Okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. This works, and now it's all about cleanup. There's definitely stuff that are duplicated here and there. The cool thing is that it totally works. I can even try. Let's do a release build. You know, just in case. Then I can quietly go to sleep. You know, actually, the moment I put on the jumper, the sweater, I got sleepy. That's crazy. That's what sweaters do to you. Is there a difference between a sweater and a jumper? I don't know. Okay, so, we have some Monty, but let's do Sweden. Okay, so this should be the new stuff without any changes. Well, I just fell asleep for a moment. My god, this is terrible. Didn't know that I'm so tired. Yeah, this is working. Doesn't seem like anything has changed. So now it's all about just tweaking. But yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. No handling changes, that's good. And yeah, everything opens. Everything is a surface. Everything is great. Okay. And there are some plots, as we can see. Yeah, plenty of stuff to complain about. All right. So, well, since I did move and start refactoring, that's a good start. That's a great start. Because I've done the most kind of brain difficult, the hardest thing for the brain. Because I was thinking about, yeah, let's actually submit this. Cleanup, tiny cleanup. Oh, removed old declarations, function declarations. Yeah. And now I can do a lot of cool stuff. One of them being, I forgot. Yeah, well, of course, I need to separate the front and the rear, but there's plenty of other stuff to do. Not just that. Yeah, the wheel is pretty complex. It has its own velocity. Splat. It even has its own debug. But yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I can do is I can use realistic values for rotation of the engine. Oh. What's that sound? Oh! The game is running. I completely forgot. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Let me leave it to my final record. Let me show it to you. But yeah, while I'm saying goodbye, I can just play it. Yeah, it was good. It was good that I managed to finish this in like 2 hours. How much? Yeah, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Nice, not bad. Yeah, there you go. Shakedown Rally. Go and buy it. $6.99 on itch. Yeah, that's it from me today. Goodbye. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Well, I am going to maybe do some off-stream changes to the code. We'll see. We'll see how far I go. But this is cool. This is nice that I've managed to consolidate. Oh, by the way, I can actually show you that plenty of stuff in the to-do. This is the mega to-do thing. And you can see that for a lot of things, if you find consolidate, look at that, Consolidate current physics. Done. But if you actually go through it, you will see that, oh, January, this was January timeline. Split front and rear physics, no, I didn't do that. Steam page, I didn't do anything, nice. Priority, done. And then you can actually see consolidation, no. Okay, combine houses, no. Okay, well, for some reason I can't find it, but there's refactor. Maybe it's called refactor. Handling refactor. Drivetrain refactor. Yeah, look at that. Drivetrain refactor. This is actually the next thing I'm gonna do. And I need to remove the acceleration. Convert rotating elements to use radians per second instead of 0 to 1. Now, by the way, I'm still like playing this, but the RPM is actually totally in the range of like 0 to 1. You can see it somewhere here, probably desired speed. Yeah, so it's not using a real value, and this is what I definitely want to do. So yeah, ignition install. Oh yeah, nice. One more thing to implement. RPM limits requires drivetrain. You can see here. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. It requires drivetrain refactoring. Everything requires drivetrain refactoring, which is one of the things that I want to do. Refactor mesh. Acid loading, lighting. Yeah, but yeah, there is a few of these. Yeah, there it is. In favor of refactoring handling completely. Low speed sideways Patseka tightening. Might skip. Yeah, I am actually totally going to skip this in favor of refactoring everything. Yeah. So yeah, see you tomorrow hopefully. And here is the very ending. This is where it ends. So yeah, see you next. Oh, by the way, this record, it actually look at this. This is my best time ever, and I actually rolled my car. Yeah. And it was still the best time that I've ever did in Sweden, which is funny. Okay. Anyway, see you soon. Bye. Final T slip ratio, sip ratio.